All right, so let's go ahead and pivot on over and talk a little bit about the Utah Jazz, shall we?
Let's do it.
Once again, folks, before we get into content, we want to remind you that this is a channel specifically dedicated to your Utah Jazz DNA. Be sure to drop in the comments. Let us know what you think about your Utah Jazz. Smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there.
Boom.
And if you're enjoying this content, consider subscribing. We're going to be giving away one of those sweet new Utah Mountain Road jerseys once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So
that's right. Smash it.
That's right. That's right. All right. So we want to talk a little bit about the Utah Jazz. First off, we want to talk about, where's our stuff here? Walker Kessler, man.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about Walker Kessler today. This guy was under consideration, needs to be under consideration for one of the most improved players of the year award, right? Because this turnaround that he's done from his highly touted rookie year when he kind of just came in as an afterthought in the trade to being one of the, I think it was top 5 in rookie of the year candidates last year.
I believe so.
And 2 years ago. Yeah. And then he had a very underwhelming second season, which we were actually hoping to be a huge springboard for him because he played a little bit with USA basketball.
Yeah.
But with that didn't work out. That didn't plan out the way we expected to. Had a bad year. And man, is he getting back into shape and showing us what his promise and where he's going to be at.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Walker, he's just really come back to, like you said, exactly who we thought he would be as a player. He's already scored more points this season in 47 games than he did in 64 games last year. So right now he's averaging 11.5 points per game, playing just over 30 minutes a night, and is averaging 12 rebounds per game while blocking 2.3 shots per game. So he's already had 24 double-doubles this season and only had 27 in the previous 2 seasons combined.
Wow.
It just shows you this guy's really just come along, right? Yeah, I mean, yes, obviously he's averaging 7 more minutes per game than in the previous 2 seasons, but those numbers are significant, right? Like the fact is that this guy is turning into a double-double machine. His offense has come so far from when that first season, he was getting easy baskets, but he's actually becoming an offensive weapon that you can count on to get buckets. Obviously, he's a defensive stopper. Walker Kessler he's turning into exactly the player that we really needed him to be. And he's just playing great basketball, man. I mean, the fact is if he can keep this offensive and defensive productivity, like even on the steady incline that he's currently on, he's just going to be a huge part of this team moving forward.
Oh yeah. We went from last year talking about potentially just being a piece that we could trade because he's not really gelling into being where he's at. Speaking of which, with all the connecting rumors that we had, I don't know if you heard read the articles lately. It's been popping up over the last couple of days, but there are rumors that the Lakers and the Knicks, according to Mark Stein of ESPN, went in hard after trying to get a trade for him.
Yeah,
this during the trade deadline, which is crazy to think about.
But also, and to piggyback off that, I'm pretty sure the Jazz made it very clear that Walker Kessler is not on the trade block.
Yeah, well, definitely not after this year. I mean, with how well he's doing, they've made a strong offers, and I honestly this year, if he keeps playing the way he is, I can see those offers coming in the postseason, like the off season, only getting higher, just depending on how the playoffs shake out. But really impressed with Walker Kessler. I think he's doing an amazing job. This was kind of the year that we were hoping he would have last year, but the fact that he's able to do that and have a development, having the leap in his development this year after such a underwhelming season last year, just speaks to his character, speaks to his ability to shift and really listen to the coaches and say, okay, this is how I need to develop. I mean, you're right, 7 minutes more per game, but that's the type of scoring and the type of averaging a double-double. That's like averaging like 15 more minutes a game type production. So I'm really impressed with it. I really am. We'd love to hear from you folks. Let us know what you think in the comments down below when it comes to Walker Kessler and his development this year. I mean, obviously, he's going to be one of the pieces that are going to be a lock for this team going forward.
Absolutely. No, he is. And also another piece that we're about to talk about in just a second here, too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, we're not going to go into too much on this one because we just did a whole breakdown of it last week. Check out our previous video. We'll link to it somewhere. And that's about Isaiah Collier, man. What happened with our boy this week?
So the NBA announced just this week that Isaiah Collier was named the Western Conference Rookie of the Month for February. He obviously started in all 13 games in February and averaged 11.5 points and 9.5 assists per game.
Yeah, which is really impressive, man. Obviously we just talked about him last week, like I mentioned, and we're talking about how this kid is like, just making it. The problem with a rookie here is that your shot's going to be a little, it's going to take a while to develop your shot. It's going to take a little bit to develop your defense.
Yep.
Right. But court vision is something that he either is going to have or he's not going to have.
Yep. Absolutely.
This kid clearly does. He has the size of Darren Williams, and he's actually a little bit quicker than what Darren Williams was.
I would think so. I mean, it definitely looks like it on the court.
Yeah. He's a pass first quarterback.
Yeah.
Point guard. He is undersized, so we can't have him at the 2 guard position. So we're going to need to keep him at the 1.
Crazy. He's undersized at 6'3".
Yeah. Well, you can't have him at a 6'3". He's going to be undersized at a shooting guard. Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Undersized for a 2.
Yeah, he's undersized for a 2, so he needs to be a 1. That's why Keontae is better suited as a 2 because he's at the 6'5" spot where he's going to be more prolific. Even that's technically a little undersized for what most modern NBA 2s are. But I really think it's impressive what this kid's done this year, like you mentioned. And he's going to be on set to break John Stockton's assist record as a rookie, which is super impressive. It's John Stockton didn't start his rookie year, but still that guy put up some dimes, man. And the fact that we haven't had a rookie point guard come anywhere close to breaking Stockton's work until Isaiah, I think that's really impressive.
Yeah. I mean, and to go a little bit further into that statistic, Collier now has more games with 10 plus assists by any Jazz rookie and the most points and assists doubles by a Jazz rookie all time.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
You hear her first, guys.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
And the fact is he had 123 assists in February, which ranked 3rd in all of the NBA, behind only Nikola Jokic and Trae Young.
No kidding.
That is a very impressive statistic, dude.
How good is Jokic, man? 7-footer, just throwing dimes. Anyway,
ridiculous.
Sorry, back to Isaiah. We're talking about Isaiah here. I just think it's really impressive that we're actually talking about the same rookie 2 weeks in a row on this channel, which I think is really impressive. Something we didn't want to do, but we had to do because Isaiah just
keeps giving us reasons, man.
It's demanding it, man. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. We want to hear from you on what you think about Isaiah Collier's doing as a rookie this year. Are you impressed? Do you see him as being a piece for this team long term? Honestly, right now, man, I'm on the fence, dude. Like before, I'm like, he'd be a decent backup point guard.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. Like
the way that he's getting and the way that he handles, the fact is he handles his leadership on the floor is something that you can really appreciate, right? Like he goes out there and as a rookie, that confidence is so few and far between to go out there and be like, okay, hey, this is the play we're running. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You guys make your cuts and I'll find you.
Right.
That is just, it's crazy, dude. I don't know. I'm just so here for it. Like I can't, I'm really excited to watch Isaiah Collier in the future.
Yeah, I am too, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Look forward to seeing what the Jazz do in this offseason with the draft. And you can imagine, if it goes the way we want to go, this team can look pretty impressive pretty quickly. So
number 1 pick.
Absolutely. In the pooper for Cooper. That's right.
Pooper for Cooper.
Yeah. Capture the flag.
As long as we finish bottom 3, we got the same chance to get that number 1 as the worst team in the league.
Yeah, but unfortunately we have a new player entering in. After the just abysmal February that the Dallas Mavericks had, they traded Luka, which is going to go down as the worst NBA trade of all time,
hands down.
Then after that, the player they traded for goes down with a season-ending injury, so he's out. So AD's out, which was a shock to nobody. And then now you've got Kyrie Irving,
season-ending injury,
ACL, tears his ACL.
Yeah.
By the way, did that just not put chills in your spine when you watched him walk up and take those free throws? When he was just crying, I'm like, dude, that's Kobe-esque right there.
Yeah,
that was impressive. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not sure why he was crying, but honestly, when it comes to it, dude, like he's in a contract year. Remember what he was when we thought Dallas was taking a huge risk signing him to that,
absolutely,
to bringing him over. We're like, what are they doing? Like,
one of our very first episodes, we talked about what are the Mavericks doing? This is the stupidest move I've ever seen.
Yeah, like if he's ever going to play, blah, 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 blah. And Kyrie's proved us wrong, man. He's been on the court. He's been balling. He's been a teammate. It's been impressive.
Yep.
So hopefully everything works out for him the way he wants. Hopefully he gets that last big payday,
Absolutely. He deserves it.
He does.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on from Utah Jazz, there's one more mention we want to talk about, which is Utah Jazz former assistant head coach. That is Alex Jensen. He's currently, do you want to run with this or do you want me to?
You can open it. Absolutely.
Okay. So Utah basketball, the University of Utah did fire their head coach, Greg Smith, last week.
Yep.
Josh Ellert is taking over in the interim. All reports that Mark Harlan is actually heavily targeting former Ute and former Utah Jazz assistant head coach Alex Jensen for the role. He was the assistant coach from 2013 through 2023. Jensen also played on the 98 Rick Majerus team that lost the national title game to Kentucky. All reports are saying that he is likely to accept the offer, with an announcement expecting to come within the next 48 to 72 hours, according to reports from ESPN. What's your take on this, man?
I mean, I absolutely love this dude. I mean, the fact is he went into the U. He's been a part of this community for, like you said, 10 plus years. Obviously he left. He's been in Dallas for the last couple of years after Quinn Snyder left. He went a different direction as well, but I think this helps this team in a really nice level, just because the fact that he can help recruit and show what this team has, what it is to be a Ute, what it is to play in Salt Lake City. And, it's kind of an interesting fact is he interviewed for this U of U head coaching job 4 years ago when it was open.
Yeah, I heard about that. So not a good look, Mark Harlan, on why you picked Greg, but
so he actually withdrew his name for consideration before a decision was made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that makes better sense.
Yeah,
Dude, what if we could have had him 4 years ago?
Yeah. And at that point, he's still an assistant coach. Quinn Snyder, the things with Quinn Snyder were obviously, that's in the 2021 season, right? The Jazz were rocking and rolling, one of the best teams in the NBA. That's a tough decision to take a head coaching job at the local university versus if you have an opportunity to be a head coach at an NBA team, obviously you're going to take that. And Alex Jensen's been very highly touted, right? I mean, he's been on the short list of head coach candidates for years.
Yeah, which is kind of my thing there. Like, why now? Like, are they going to make an incredible offer to this guy? Like, to me, I don't understand why he's even considering this, because he should be, right on the cusp of getting an NBA head coaching job.
He probably is, but I mean, look at what BYU just did. The fact is that they just signed an NBA level coach to come in and coach their men's basketball team. And I think that U knows that they have to respond with something.
Yeah.
So now I'm not sure if he's getting that kind of money, but the fact is they're going to make it worth this time to come give that NBA level, because now you can say, look, this guy's coached in the NBA. This guy's been here. He's done it. He's coached some of the best basketball teams in the last 5 years. He's been with the Mavericks. The Mavericks just made a run to the NBA finals. He coached the Jazz through one of their best seasons that they've ever had.
Yeah.
So he's got a ton of experience with position players of all sorts. He did a great job developing Rudy Gobert into obviously defensive four-time defensive player of the year. Like, Alex Jensen's done a great job. He's going to, if he gets this job, this will be fantastic for the University of Utah.
No, I 100% agree. I just, really curious on the fact that, why would, when you're on the fast track there to becoming an NBA head coach, why you would take it. So I don't know. I think he is from Utah. This is kind of like his thing. This is his space. So I totally get that and why he'd want to take the job. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope he does accept it. And yeah, we're looking forward to that. It would really be a great thing to move on to the next thing. Cause as Greg Hawkins comments here, Mark Harlan is still terrible. Yeah. Like this, like the hire of Greg Smith, that was his hire, man. That was his first hire as an AD. He can't mess this one up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not a good.
I mean, he walked in pretty easily with Kyle Whittingham as the head coach of the football program, but your two largest revenue sports are men's basketball and college football. So he's got to make sure that he's getting people into the stands to watch these U of U games. The ticket prices have been slowly falling because they haven't had a great season. And you've got to do something to make a push and say, this is going to be a team that you need to come watch.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's been definitely not been the same thing up at the hill there in the Huntsman Arena. for the last several years, and I don't blame the fans for that. It's kind of tough to come and watch this team right now, but definitely going to be exciting to see what happens in the future. Hopefully, Alex Jensen does accept the job and comes to be Utah head coach, and we've got 2 NBA head coaches running NBA caliber professional programs here in the state of Utah. That'd be fantastic.
Go Utes.
Absolutely. All right. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. As a reminder, folks, we did just launch Utah Jazz DNA. This is a channel specifically for your Utah Jazz content. All of our content will be posted here. Be sure to check us out. Jump in the comments. Let us know what you think about your Utah Jazz. Smash that like button for your boy AJ over there. And consider subscribing if this is the type of content that you're enjoying.
Absolutely.